3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and it's time to do a DC previews. It's now called DC Connect, because you know the whole diamond thing. You're probably familiar with that. I've talked about this ad nauseum. This is issue number 2 for July. That's the month we're currently in. They actually have an issue number 3 that just came out. I just saw it and I was like, wait a second, I never saw number 2. So I went and tracked this down, and sure enough. But no worries. This is soliciting comics that aren't even on sale until September. So still got some time. I'll get the next DC Connect out, I don't know, a couple weeks. Whenever I feel like it. First thing is on this cover here. Detective Comics 1027 is coming out. Big milestone issue celebrating 1,000 issues with an all-star lineup of creators. Oh, God. We got to pay for like another $10 freaking comic. Feels like just yesterday we had Detective Comics 1000. Oh, yeah. It's because they do twice monthly book shipping. So it was seemingly just yesterday. Here's the problem. I don't know if you've caught this yet. Detective Comics Detective Comics 27 was the first appearance of Batman. Celebrate 1,000 issues. First of all, it doesn't even say celebrate 1,000 issues of Batman. It just says celebrate 1,000 issues. That's way off. But let's assume they mean Batman. 1026 is actually 1,000, the 1,000th issue, not 1027. Now, to make matters worse, you go, Ash, I get what you're saying, Ash, but they're just being symbolic, because it's 27, 1027. I go, yeah, maybe. That may be a good point, except this is the first time they've done it. Well, first time 0.5, because they kind of did it with the New 52 with issue 27. They made a landmark issue, but that was 27 versus the original. That doesn't really count. All the previous issues they did on the 26 number. So unless everyone at DC just got amnesia, suddenly this is pretty stupid. I just had to point that out. I'm probably not the first person. I have not read this. I have not even cracked it open. I haven't looked at it in the slightest. So let's dig in. What's inside? We got Spotlight, DC books for young readers, comic books, Sandman Universe, collected editions, and DC Direct. I kind of like this. I like that they're kind of organizing it. I like that DC... See, the old previews book was a diamond thing. And it really wasn't made for consumers. It's made for shops to help them do ordering. But, consumers want to know what's coming out, so people like me pick it up and I flip through it, but it's not really laid out for me. This seems like DC is really trying to make it a more consumer friendly thing. So let's see. Starting off, the highlights. Detective Comics 1027 celebrates Batman milestone. An all-star lineup of creators including Tom King. Oh, God. Ugh. Scott Snyder. Okay, I like that guy. Brian Michael Bendis. Ugh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. John Romita Jr., Bill Sienkiewicz, and Ivan Rice. That's an all-star lineup? That's an all-star lineup? Look, I like Scott Snyder. Bill Sienkiewicz, whatever, take or leave. He did some interesting stuff. What? I guess Ivan Rice is a solid... But what? 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 No, Chuck Dixon. No, God, I'm struggling to right now. I'm so in shock that I can't even think of all the normal Batman collaborators that you would expect to see in this special celebratory event. What? Normally I would just be like, I'm skipping this. I seriously would skip this. If this were like a one-shot, like all the Joker one, the Green Lantern book, the Robin book, Catwoman book, all the other books, I would. But this is going to be, I collect Detective Comics, so I got to buy this. This is... whatever. Let's see what else we have highlights. Hellblazer Rise and Fall #1. What? We get a new Hellblazer? Why do they... Tom Taylor teams with Derek Robertson for Hellblazer Rise and Fall #1 as Constantine investigates a bizarre series of murders in a new DC Black Label miniseries. Oh, okay. So Hellblazer's getting a miniseries. Whoop-de-doo. I guess Hellblazer fans will be excited until they see it's Tom Taylor. But, there's a lot of people now that are just going goo gaga over Tom Taylor because I guess he did Deceased and it was pretty good. And so then everyone's like, Tom Taylor's the best. And I'm like, have you read all the other shit that the guy writes? But, hey, cross our fingers. I don't want comics to be bad. So hopefully it's a kick-ass comic. I'm just not going to touch it. Batman Joker Warzone. The Joker War reaches its conclusion. Explore how the Joker's ultimate plot brings calamity across Gotham City and beyond. So this is a bullshit thing to me. This is DC walking in the footsteps of Marvel, and it really bothers me. This Joker War, first of all, it's like a 21-issue crossover in comics, which normally would just be annoying, but with the whole pandemic and all this shit, 50 million people out of work, that's just the United States, is ridiculous to come right out of it and be like, boom, we're slamming you. Sorry, I'm trying to control a burp here. My voice went all weird. Slam you right out of the gate with this. Then you got 3 Jokers. You got Dark Knight's Metal. Did they even ever finish up Hellrisen? You're the Villain? I don't even know. I can't even keep track. Well, anyways, what I'm saying about this, Batman Warzone #1. So it's one thing I'm like, okay, I'm going to be buying the Batman books. I'm going to be buying the Detective Comics books because I buy them anyway. And I'm like, it's going to spin off into Nightwing, and they'll probably have something to spin off into Catwoman. But I don't need to buy those little spin-off issues. I feel fine. But this is a special one-shot standalone book that's going to not just be like a spin-off that you can take or leave. This is the conclusion. And of course it's a #1, and of course it's probably gonna have 1 million covers. Victor and Nora. Oh my god, that looks fucking terrible. The Under the Moon, a Catwoman Tale team reunite for Victor and Nora, a Gotham love story, detailing the tragic romance of Victor Fries and Nora Kumar. Who the fuck is this for? Like, seriously, this is supposed to be for kids? Like, oh, we're writing a story about, #1, villains. These are evil people. Like, no kids are out there going, man, I really wish I had a Victor Fries backstory book. Jesus. Just DC, you're a comic company. Your product is already tailored for kids. You don't need a kids line of kids products. This is retarded. Imagine going to well, you can't go to Toys R Us anymore because they went under. But imagine Toys R Us didn't go in and you went into wherever toy store and you're like, oh look, my microphone fell out. You would go to the toy store and you're like, hey look, here's the toys. Okay, great. Okay, now where's the kids' toys? Because I got the action figures and all the stuff, but I need the kids section for the special toys design. What? Sorry. I'm getting all triggered. Here's Detective Comics 1027. Oh my god, look at this. Okay, so there is a lot more people involved. Here's the list. Brian Michael Bendis, Kelly Sue DeConnick, Matt Fraction, Tom King. Okay, Grant Morrison is big name creator. Greg Rucka, he's gone off the deep end, but I guess he's earned his stripes. Scott Snyder, obviously earned his stripe. Mariko Tamaki. Peter J. Tomasi, good. James Tinian, he's an up-and-comer. Marv Wolfman, okay, there's a big name. Holy crap, they just tacked on like 5 shitty people writing the coattails of good creators. Art by Chris Burnham, okay, Jamal Campbell, he's a rising talent. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, that is a mouthful of a name. Manuela Lupacino, I like David Marquez, Ivan Rice, Evaristo, Dan Mora, Riley Rossmo. Yeah. Oh, and look, they got Chip Zdarsky, who I've been pushing. Like, I was like, my dream pick when Tom King left Batman, I was like, I've just put Chip Zdarsky. If DC needs to get Chip Zdarsky, I would love to see what he'd do with the Batman book. So they got him. They don't got him, but they got him for a book. But he's just doing the art. Probably, I'm just thinking about it right now. He probably has an exclusive writing contract. He can't write for anyone. But I was like, really? You got Chip Zdarsky to do art? That's not what he's known for. Let's see. Okay, there's that. Here's all the variants. Okay, so there's at least 10 variant covers. Of course. Oh, there's a Mark Silvestri cover, though. Look at that. I gotta say, these covers are... I mean, if you're going to do variants, look, Lee Bermejo, J. Scott Campbell, Art Germ, Jim Lee, Frank Quietly, Jim Chung, Olivier Coipel, however you pronounce his name, Gabriel Delato is the only one that I'm just like, what? Adam Hughes doing Catwoman? Are you kidding me? Mark Silvestri of doing Joker is a weird choice for Mark Silvestri, but not going to complain. I'm only going to buy one of those. $10, 144 pages? $10? Yeah, okay. At least that's big. That's, Jesus, 144 pages. Wait, and it's got, I had to go back. New tales spinning out of Joker War. Okay, so it's going to have continuity stuff in it, which is kind of cool. Oh, look at this Riley Rossmo art. Can you not wait? It's not very good resolution. I apologize, but you know, a lot of people really trash on Riley Rossmo, and I understand. I wouldn't want this to be in my normal Batman monthly title. Sorry, bi-weekly title. But I don't hate his art. Not in like limited doses. I found him fine for that Martian Manhunter miniseries that was way underrated. And I understand why people are just, it's not for me. I'm not trying to sell you and say you should love it. I don't think he's as terrible as people make him out to be. Let's see. Look at that book. That's like a graphic novel. Jesus. That's gigantic. 144 pages. Whew. Batman 3 Jokers number 2. Oh. Jeff Johns. It's Jeff Johns. What are you going to say? I mean, I don't care about Joker really, but I'm very interested in this book that Jeff's been working on forever. Whenever he does a DC book, it's like you shut up and take notice. Obviously, I'm going to get this. DC Dead Planet. Don't have an interest. I know people are dying over this. I do like the variant covers, though. Which is, I mean, I hate variant covers, but I should say I like the concept, what they're doing. The homage covers. We got the V for Vendetta cover here. That's freaking cool. I like that they're like movie posters. Although they used to be horror movies. Now I guess they're running out of good horror movies to do. Dark Knight's Metal. Don't miss all these tie-in issues. God forbid you miss all these tie-in issues, 3 of which are number 1s. Got to get the number 1s. I fucking hate that. Sorry if I'm cursing too much. If that bothers you, leave me a note in the chat. I don't particularly force curse. Sometimes I just, when I get frustrated, it just helps me vent. Some people it bothers. I don't care, like I don't have to, so I don't want to bother. If no one cares, then I'm not going to try to curb myself for no reason, but whatever. Dark Knight's Death Metal Trinity Crisis. Scott Snyder, Francis Manapul, whatever. You know what? I decided I canceled this off my pull list because these books are way too expensive. Look at these ones are $6. Screw you, D. $6, man. And the Dark Knight's Metal books are $5. And I'm just like, you know what? I got the original Metal. I picked them up all digitally on Comixology. I picked up the trades for $5 a piece. And I enjoyed Metal. But it's not a book that I feel like I need to own. I'm at a point now where I just have too many physical comics. And I really enjoy collecting ongoing series. I like to pick up, like Daredevil as an example, right? I got number 1, 2, 3, and I just keep going. And I want the book just to keep coming out, and I keep getting that series. And I like seeing my run evolve and grow. And I can go back and remember, as each issue came out, but miniseries I don't care about like that in that way. I buy miniseries for the story. Miniseries almost are rarely ever collectible. And I was just like, well, if it's not going to be collectible, I'd rather have it in a better format, like a trade, or I can just have it digital. I read most of my stuff digitally anyway. I have an iPad, and I have an iPad Pro to be specific. It's got a 12-inch screen. It's bigger than a comic book. It's easy to hold. It's illuminated. I can read in the dark. If I have Cheeto fingers or, eating pizza, I don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about falling asleep and rolling over my comic or something, I don't know. I like collecting the physical books, but I like collecting the physical books. And these are just, this is just not trash, but it's, it's just going to take up space, and it's not going to be worth anything because there's going to be a million of them out there, and no one really remembers events, whatever. I mean, your miles may vary. I'm not saying you shouldn't collect it. We all have, I just have too many books. That's my problem. And I'm spending all this money. I was like, look at, just so many spin-offs. Well, the art doesn't look terrible. Last God. The world of The Last God expands with this special issue. Last God, Songs of the Children, number 1. Did we really need another number 1? Set a decade after the infamous battle. Like, is this over or something? I remember when this came out, everyone was all excited and hot and be like, oh, this Last God is fantastic. It's great. This big old... And then it just totally dropped off the radar. Batman, the Joker, Warzone. 48 pages of all new stories. This is that one. Isn't this the one that I just said was like the finale? No, it can't be the finale because this is coming out in September. Right? James Tynion, John Ridley, Josh Williamson. Man, I like those guys. Oh, wow. Look at this art. Art by David LaFuente. Oh, this is Guillaume March. Oh, no. I'm going to have to eat some crow here. I tell Eric Breen I'm not a big fan of Guillaume March, but I really like this page here. James Stocco? This is bizarro. Weird. That doesn't feel like it fits in a Batman book. Joker War Part 4. It's coming in Batman 98. Look, it's more of this bitch and the other bitch. And it's a cat fight between Joker's abused girlfriends. Punchline versus Harley Quinn, round 2. Dude. Okay, I guess spoiler alert, Harley Quinn didn't die from getting her throat slit by Punchline. Punchline should just murder Harley Quinn. I just don't see why Harley Quinn is able to do anything. She's a doctor. She's a psychiatrist. Have you ever... I'm not going to go down that road. You've heard me bitch about this long enough. This is a big bitch fest. It's like Ash on bitching. Batman 99. That's a neat cover. It's different. But I don't know. Something about it. I really like that. Nightwing's looking pretty cool, even though I wish Nightwing would evolve from just being a kid in a leotard. Like, I don't know. He's just Robin. It's just Robin in black. Like, it's like, let's make the Robin costume edgier. I don't know. Batman looks pretty cool. Oh, this is a cool cover too. Who did the cover? Giuseppe Camuncoli. Don't know this person. Good composition on that. Oh, that's not a good cover. Joelle Jones. I'm not a big fan of Joelle Jones' art. I don't know if it's because of the coloring. I think the coloring is very garish. Maybe she needs a different inker. I don't know. Joker War tie-in issue. So much Joker War. Superman 25. Brian Michael Bendis continues to destroy everyone's favorite character at DC. Exercise anniversary issue. It's 25 for $6. New villain alert. Introducing Sinmarp. Womp womp. That's all Bendis does is new villains, and they're stupid. Remember Rogolzar? Remember how stupid he was? Remember the red cloud? How stupid she is? I don't care about new Bendis villains. They're just stupid, and they don't resolve. Who's going to save Superman from the villain this time? That's what I want to know. Right? Who's going to save? Supergirl? Maybe? I mean, they canceled the Supergirl comic, so I guess they can just have her just be constantly guest starring as Superman, saving Superman's ass. That's what she did in the Man of Steel miniseries. Came to save the day. Wonder Woman 762, where we get to see people standing around the Lincoln statue. Yay. The hell? Yeah, I have no... Mariko Tamaki. Wait a second. I thought they got... What's his name to do the art for the Wonder Woman books? Michael Janin, or however you pronounce it. This is art by Carlo Barberi. Huh. Well, I guess it's cool. I was like, man, why are they wasting Yanin's art on Mariko Tamaki? Strange Adventures. Tom King is such an asshole. God, he recently called out Dean Cain. He didn't call him out. He actually online bullied him, just to be like, oh, I'm gonna drag Dean Cain because Dean Cain's conservative and he's Asian. And now, just recently on Twitter, he's tried to cancel Jay Lee for daring to draw a variant cover for Cyberfrog because, Comicsgate's a hate group. So Tom King, who's not a hater, decided, I'm going to cancel this guy. He's a 30-year veteran of the industry and also Asian. Hey, Tom King, are you a racist towards Asians? You got a problem? Anyways, Strange Adventures, where we get to see more of Tom King's famous turn awesome DC heroes into beta males who need mommy wives. It's fucking disgusting. Here's that stupid book. Teen Titans Go for... I don't know who this is for. Let's see, Action Comics 1025, where Bendis says, I can't have just one Superman book to screw him. I need two. How come 1025 is not a milestone anniversary issue? Aquaman 63. Jordan Clark. Wait, is Kelly Sue off or is she on? I can't ever decide. I feel like they... Batman The Adventures Continue. Oh, look at this sweet-ass cover. James Herron. That's a cool cover, man. I've been enjoying this. I've been buying this digitally. And when you buy it digitally, they're like under $1, but you only get half an issue. But they come out pretty quickly and they're really fun. It's basically the Batman animated series done as a comic book. It just continues that sort of its own continuity, and it's bringing in characters that the animated series never got to, such as Azrael and Deathstroke, and I believe they're bringing in the Red Hood. So it's kind of cool to see how those characters would have fit in that universe. And then you get a DC Classics. Batman and the Outsiders, number 16. This is one of the books that's getting canceled. I don't know if this is the last issue or not. I've heard really positive things. I used to collect this. I had to stop. It was one of the ones that didn't make the cut. I didn't hate it. I'm a big Bryan Hill fan. I had too many books, and it wasn't for me. But I'm sad to see it canceled. I know a lot of people liked it. Batman Beyond. Fans love this book. It's another book that's not for me. Batman's Grave, number 10. People are saying this is good. I read the first issue, and it put me to sleep. So I didn't continue on with it. But they're liking it. So maybe when it's all in trade, and if everyone says, like, oh, it ended fantastic and stuff, I might revisit it later. If you're reading it and you like it, tell me why. Brainiac returns as a new epic begins in Batman Superman 12. I don't know why I know why. Never mind. They pulled David Marquez off the art. The first 6 issues were David Marquez art with Joshua Williamson writing, and it's like, oh, this book is so good. Really good book. And then, of course, in typical fashion, they can't keep the top tier artist on the title. They got to pull him off to try to sell other books, and they put in fill-in guys, and it's like, oh, so now you're putting him on the cover. I don't know who Max Raynor is. I hope the art doesn't suck. It's like, you've got this book and you're doing great, and then you sabotage it by pulling off talent. Batman Superman Annual number 1. Do we really need an annual? Mr. Mxyzptlk and Batmite are back. That's still Josh Williamson writing. I'm just not a big fan of annuals. Flash 761. Flash versus Legion of Doom. Sounds pretty cool. Written by Josh Williamson. He's leaving the Flash. So I hope they put him on something big, because this is a talent at DC who is not getting the recognition he deserves. Flash races Reverse Flash for the final time. Look at this cover. Holy shit. That is a striking image. Finish line finale. Barry Allen and the Reverse Flash race for the last time in this fast-paced conclusion. For years, Eobard Thawne has tormented Barry Allen, and now the Flash knows the only way to win is to make sure the Reverse Flash never runs again. The story, years in the making, comes to a close as Josh Williamson finishes his epic 101-issue run on The Flash. Damn! Green Lantern Season 2. I jumped off as soon as they decided to start doing this season bullshit and rebooting it over and over. DC can suck it. I have nothing against Grant Morrison or Liam Sharp, other than Grant Morrison doesn't really write the way I like. He's hit or miss for me. I don't hate him or anything. I know some people love it. I love Liam Sharp. His Green Lantern stuff was pretty weird anyway. And I just was like, why are you canceling Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps? Venditti was knocking it out of the park. Hawkman 27, guest starring Justice Society of America. Holy shit. Hawks Reborn. This is, by the way, this is the best book at DC, Hawkman. If you're not reading Hawkman, hashtag read Hawkman. Hawks Reborn. Hawkman and Hawkwoman receive the precious gift of life one last time and return to the past where they were happiest, back with the Justice Society of America. But nostalgia is not all it's cracked up to be, with the Injustice Society on the loose. And who's the mysterious figure plotting to cut Hawkman's final life short from the shadows? Ooh, boy. Yeah, Robert Venditti is writing a crazy-ass epic. I was not a Hawkman fan until this book, and I'm loving it. Both covers are good, too. I'm not going to pay... What? They don't. Oh, yeah, they're not doing the cardstock variants on this, so you don't have to pay the extra $1 for the variant. I have to get the A cover, though. At last, the confrontation you've been waiting for. Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity. The book that just doesn't ever end. It's like a 9-issue series that no one ever wanted. Still going. Justice League 52. What the hell is this cover? What the... How did you go from Scott Snyder to Robert Venditti, and then you had all the A-list talent, and then what is this? What is this? Oh my god, this is like Amateur Hour. Oh my god. Written by Jeff Loveness, don't know him. Robson Roca. I might be canceling Justice League. Wow, maybe issue 50 will be my last. I don't like annuals, but Robert Venditti and art by Aaron Lopresti. Oh, that sounds good. Justice League Dark 26, Ram V. I'm behind on this. I don't know what Ram V is doing, but I like the whole Justice League trilogy, which pisses me off because this is canceled. Justice League 24. They're canceling. I don't know which is the last issue. I'm going to assume it's probably 25. Dan Abnett he picked up, Josh Williamson did like the first 6 issues, and then he left. I was like, oh man, but they got Dan Abnett, and Dan Abnett's wheelhouse is cosmic stuff. And they took these characters that I kind of like, but I'm not a Titans fan. I was like, Titans aren't for me. But you take some of the cool characters off Titans, and then you put them in a Justice League book, and then you make Justice League more than just the basic Justice League. You have like a Justice League for the magic and the occult stuff, which is Justice League Dark. Then you've got another group that's tailored towards the big cosmic off-Earth stuff. That's cool too, because it just doesn't make sense to have Superman and Wonder Woman, all these guys all constantly off-Earth. And it gives these characters a chance to shine. I think it's brilliant. I think the whole Justice League trilogy thing is a brilliant concept. I'm sad that that DC, I'm sitting here looking at Darkseid and I'm slipped. DC is it's just not keeping commitment. In this issue, 22 pages by 22 amazing artists. Legions of Superheroes, number 9. You kidding me? It's just Brian Michael Bendis just keeps his... Does anyone even care about this book? No one talks about Legion of Superheroes. No one talks about any of Bendis' books other than to say how horrible they are. I never hear anyone being like, oh man, I just read the latest issue of Legion of Superheroes. It was so fun and good. No, it's not. No one cares. He just does these gimmicks. Look at this. Looney Tunes 256, just quietly going out there. $2.99 if you can get your Looney Tunes fix. Sounds good to me. Secret Origin of the Nth Metal Man. I'm not a Metal Man guy. I am glad that DC is continuing the series by Dan DiDio. I'm sure it was all written ahead of time, so they're continuing to print it out for the fans. I've heard people enjoy it. It's a good thing. I don't know squat about Metal Men, and I wasn't gonna dip into it because there's too many books. I was like, unless someone's like, Ash, you've got to read it. It's like the greatest thing ever. Then I'll be like, all right, I'll check it out. But Red Hood Outlaw 49. It's getting canceled because Scott's leaving and DC doesn't want to continue. I'm going to guess this goes to issue 50. I guess. Shazam 15. This is it's written by Jeff Loveness. Jeff Johns is off the Shazam wagon. I don't know anything about Jeff Loveness, so hopefully he's able to write a fun book and fans keep going. Suicide Squad, Tom Taylor wouldn't touch this with a 12-foot pole. Suicide Squad's not for me anyway. I never understood the concept. It has a cool name, Suicide Squad. Love the name. I hate the idea of villains as heroes. And I know that they're like against their will, the whole like, oh, they got explosive in their head and they got to like do the government's bidding, and it's okay. But when I read a story, I'm supposed to like the characters. I'm supposed to root for them, care about them. that they're criminal scum that are only doing it for self-preservation. I don't see what's interesting about it. It just, I don't get it. If you get it, if I'm missing something, if you're like, Ash, no, there's a thing to it, like you don't get, like, please tell me. I don't want to hate on it just to hate on it. I want to genuinely like anything. To me, that's all it seems like. Teen Titans is not for me. It's teen angst, and the older I get, the less I'm understanding. And teen angst seems to be changing. It's not even like the angst when I was a kid. Young Justice, Bendis is still doing this book. Hey, look, it's Drake. I call him Piss Turd because Drake's a stupid name. And if you're going to have a stupid name, you might as well be named after what your costume looks like. Why is she riding off the side? I don't know. No, this book doesn't matter. Oh, look, they're bringing Stephanie Brown in. Because this is what Bendis does. He brings back all the characters. Books of Magic. This book is so going on. I don't hear anyone talking about these books. From what I understand, these Sandman books barely sell, like less than 10,000 copies. My only guess is that DC has some sort of arrangement with Neil Gaiman to make these books. And no one talks about them. I have zero interest. Hellblazer might be the only one. I know one person, and I don't even think the guy, real Dr. Venkman, if you may know him, he likes Hellblazer. I think he was picking it, but I haven't heard him talk about this book at all. So yeah, and he loves Hellblazer, and he's also not real picky on his books. Like me, I'm a super snob. He's not. So if he's not excited about it, that makes me go, ugh. Basket full of heads. This is, wow, look at the big giant hardcover. For fans of this, that seems like a cool buy. $24.99. How many pages? I don't see the page count. Staring me. 160 pages. Oh, they're not as big as I thought. 184. But still. Lolo Woods. Absolute Planetary. 8 hardcover. Collecting the 3 Planetary crossover specials in absolute format for the first time. $150. Ugh. 880 pages. Still, $150? Are you out of your mind? 80 Years of Bat Family trade paperback. Do we need that? Batman by Tom King and Lee Weeks deluxe edition hardcover. Oh, yeah. Guess people didn't get enough of Tom King Batman. I guess they're gonna keep producing those. Batman Who Laughs. This was actually a good story. I know some people are like, I'm sick of Batman Who Laughs. He's honestly not been in that many stories, and this was a pretty fun miniseries. It's like 7 issues, or 8 if you count the Grim Knight, which is a cool issue. It's fun. I don't really like Jacques' art, but I tolerate it. It was really intense. It was, Batman versus, say what you will about the Batman Who Laughs. It's basically Batman versus Batman. Like, it's kind of intense to see Batman face a villain like that. I don't care about all these. Gotham by Gaslight is something I really feel I should read. I've never read that. Curse of the White Knight hardcover. These are something this one and the first one are 2 books I'd really like to get in hardcover form someday. I adore these books so much. Batman Night Out, Chuck Dixon. That'd be a fun thing to read. It's kind of expensive to just dip into. $40 hardcover. Chuck Dixon's a good writer. The Batman Who Laughs deluxe hardcover edition. Wait, I don't need a hardcover of that. Uh, DC poster portfolio, Greg Capullo. I always want to say Capullo. All right. Doomsday Clock, the complete trade paperback. Oh, yeah, this is a good story. 456 pages, $40. That seems kind of expensive, DC. But it's a good, meaty story. Great art, great writing. It's fun. Let's see. I need to check out Fables sometimes. I've never read any of Fables. Also, JSA by Jeff Johns, I need to check out. There's an old school. Is that old school? Or no, this is the new Hellblazer. Legion of Superheroes Millennium is getting a trade paperback. Are you kidding me? This was utter shit. Utter dog shit. 2 issues of nonsense. The Legion of Superheroes doesn't even appear until the final panel of the book. It's all about this woman here, Rose and Thorn, and she just travels through time. She doesn't travel through time. She's immortal. I'm spoiling this because it's shit. I did videos on these. She's immortal, and she lives for 1,000 years, and it's different slices of her life during these 1,000 years until she eventually reaches the Legion at the end. And these stories that go on, they're not related. They don't have any sort of plot. They're just like random events of people she encounters or whatever. Each one is a different artist. It's complete, utter tripe. And you get to the end, you're like, what the fuck did I just waste my money on? You can buy the books. It's 2 books. You can buy them. I think they're $5 a piece. You might be able to find them in dollar bins if you're lucky. And they want to put these as $20. Look at this. $20, 32 pages. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. This has got to be a typo. It's not 32 pages. This also collects Legion of Superheroes 1 through 6. This doesn't make any sense. I thought this was called Millennium. Look at this. Look at this little thing up here. Legion of Superheroes is a complicated concept to get right. Yet Bendis and Sook seek to make it one of DC's A-list titles. That's not saying shit. That's not... That... Have you ever seen a quote like that on a book? The creators are trying really hard. What the... It's a joke. It's a joke book. Here's some old school stuff I'm not going to talk about because I'm not qualified to. Mr. Miracle Deluxe. Jesus. Tom King says $50 for this. The Question, Deaths of Vic Sage. Some people like this. I couldn't stand the art. Sandman Deluxe Edition, Book 1 hardcover. These Sandman is just never going to get old. What's this? Introduction. Hello, DC Direct customer. After careful consideration of the current distribution model, we have determined that we need to provide a more comprehensive global solution by transitioning the distribution of DC Direct products to a new partner base. Okay, this is kind of cool. Some explanation of their different distribution channels. Remember, again, this is for stores. Here we got some toys. Models. I'm just going to kind of go quick. I'm not going to really comment on these because I'm way running too long. I guess if you want to goggle at Harley Quinn. Oh, that's a cool... Oh, Batman by Todd McFarlane. Look at that. Look at that. $135. Wow. Still, it's fucking cool. Look, it's Catwoman in the non-wedding dress. Some t-shirts. Truth, Wonder Woman. Okay. Here's a checklist for you all to pause and do whatever. And that's it. This is way too long. Sorry about that. The good thing is it's YouTube. You can pause, stop, come back to it later, or just just stop and forget. But if you made it this far, I really do thank you. Hopefully you had some enjoyment flipping through. Like I said in many other videos of these, this is designed for you to be able to flip through the book on your own, but maybe have some commentary on the side and see how other people. So hopefully you got some enjoyment out of it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.